Standard disclaimer, if you choose to do this, you do it at your own risk. I am not responsible if you kill one of your pets by accident, burn the house down, create nuclear war. Whatever happens if you decide to do this is on you. Now on with the video, prick. Microwaves. Am I right? Have you ever wondered what was inside of one? Well, you're about to find out today. What's up, creepers? Hey, Geekers, Chris, the Atari Creep. How's everyone doing today? So our microwave split its mortal coil the day before Christmas, which is fine because I hardly ever use it, but the girls were in deep peril because they only like processed foods. But we did fine with just an oven for a couple of days, and then we went out and got another microwave. But of course, because of my art, and I like to gather things, mostly like plastic little. I'm walking down the street, I'll see something that has an interesting shape to it, and you've seen me use things like that all the time. We recently just made the flux capacitor Atari 2600. That's where a lot of those pieces came from. Just stuff that doesn't work anymore, pull it apart, take what I think would look cool, and then get rid of the rest. So we had a microwave that recently split its mortal coil, and we bought a new one. Decided to tear this one apart for two reasons. One, just put all the scrap metal outside so that can go away. I don't want to pay money to get rid of this thing. And to take from it whatever I can use. And here's the weird thing. There's really nothing much to it. I couldn't even find what was the microwave part. Maybe that's inside the shell? I really don't know. I don't know anything about microwaves. Maybe I'm going to get cancer from some of these things. Maybe I'm going to blow up the neighborhood. I don't know, but I thought it would be cool to show you what I kept. And you never know. Maybe it'll go into the droid. How about cable management? You know, wire is always in high demand, especially when you're working on guitars. You know, this is better wire than what I have or what you usually find in guitars. And I have a bass I want to finish. I got a couple other guitars, so you never know. I also like to keep these things around because, again, there's more cable inside there. But this was taken off clean. So if I ever needed a plug for something, I don't think I ever would. But, I mean, I could always just wire this up to an amp, a guitar amp, if my cable goes out. But regardless, I want to make a servo skull here pretty soon. I don't even know what game it's from. I just saw one recently being built. And I was like, I want to do that. So I got plenty of skulls. I got plenty of Greeblies. All I needed was plenty of wire. So regardless of what use this has, having extra cables around is always beneficial. I don't know what they do. I really don't. But they're connected to wires and they look cool. And I bet you on a droid or something the like, these would look rad. I don't just keep metal. I kept the plastic pieces too. You'll see I have this whole... You'll see in a minute. You'll see in a minute. I mean, you never know what you could use something like this for. Even if I clip off something, you know. Actually, this is the other half of this. This is the motor that turned the plate on the inside. Let me put these together. Maybe they'll eventually go together in something else. But again, another thing that's always good to have, little motors. There's not really much to this one, so it's a nice slow one. Maybe I can make like a baby flying crank ghost with this. If you even know what that is, how cool would that be? It's that kind of slow, so I don't know. You never know when you're going to be able to use a motor. I kept this too because I really have been into making lamps lately. I got a couple of them. I got one that I just finished almost. I need to do a lampshade. It's a corpse. It's a corpse torso. But maybe make it like a little one. And I mean, the thing's already there, you know, and I got the bulb. Hopefully the bulb's good. Doesn't look like it blew. And it's something that you can readily get. So if you ever need to replace it, then, you know, just random things like this. Just pieces that fall off that give some interest or weight to your prop. This would have looked amazing on the 2600. What do you call it there? The flux capacitor. I kind of snapped it by accident. I didn't even pull it up. I just... whatever. When I was pulling this out, the whole thing. So I kept the piece. I'm going to keep it here inside the fuse. And, you know, you never know what you could use this for. But it looks rad, and that's all there is to it. Oh, here's a nice dangerous piece that I kept. This. It's a capacitor. And I don't know if this is still charged or not. More than likely, it probably does have current in it. And you know what, honestly? Any capacitor that's pretty much bigger than this has enough to really hurt you, in some cases kill you. So it just looks too cool not to keep. So what I'm gonna end up doing is just putting tape over the top here and making sure that none of this connect anytime soon. Just pray that it doesn't explode inside my house. But yeah, and it came with its own little doohickey here in case I really want to walk it into something, you know. I took this. I don't know if I'll be able to tap into it, removing it. It's literally just clipped in here, right? And then I just gotta unsolder these right here. And I got a little solder sucker. It'll take it right out. But and these two clips. I don't know. Maybe I could figure out how to tap into this for the droid. You know, even if it doesn't make numbers. Even if it just, like, randomly, you know, if I could tap into it just enough for it to just randomly go nuts, I would totally be down with that. And speaking of which, that's why I kept this piece. Because it has the little home for it. So, I have no use for any of this. And I mean, not even, I mean, that could be a nice accent piece on something with the aluminum here. But I mainly kept it for this. I don't know what I'll end up using this for, but either way, I can use that for something, and then I can just put this on, like, let's say I make a rifle from Aliens or something. I could just put that on the side and use Sharpie. Sharpie to make the red numbers. I only kept this one because, again, it looked interesting. You never know. This could have went inside the flux capacitor, and, you know. But more importantly for these guys, these micro switches, this is the same idea what's inside an arcade machine. If you open one up, a true one, it's a two-piece situation. This is the button itself, and then you have the, you know, and then these connect to whatever processes the game. But I mainly kept it for these, just haven't taken them off yet. I think I'll just leave them on here so I know where all three of them are. Any little bits of metal that come off, like you saw earlier with that little one. Always hang on to that. Never know when you're going to need a hoop. Plus these things glued onto something could be something cool, you know? Or maybe I can find something I need to swivel. Maybe I'll use it for presenting things. I'll put a piece of plastic on the top. I don't know. But I hung on to it anyway. And next to last, this fan. I took the fan. Again, it's a motor. Simple in and out. And it, you know, it's not rocket surgery. You never know when you can use something that looks, even if it just looks cool, you know, you don't even hook anything up to it. With some paint on this thing, it would look rad on a specific prop, you know. So I always hang on to stuff like this. Or, you know, I mean, I could just actually turn this into like an actual cool fan and just do what the smuggler's room does. You know, he makes functional things that look like they come in Star Wars, you know. Like he'll take I think he took a bunch of USB hubs and made it into this big monstrosity as big as my toolbox here, and it just has this little strip. So, you know, it's really fun and really cool. I mean, that's what this could be, like a nighttime. I do need a small fan by my bed. Maybe that'll work, because I have a giant one right now. So, always good to keep motors, regardless. The motor's worth more than the effort to get it out. More cable. Here's the last piece, and I really don't know much about it. A very interesting piece. And honestly, everything you see now is what was in the microwave. With the exception of the box, the main shell. Those are pressure welded. I can't get in there, and I bet you that has a whole bunch of doohickeys and stuff inside it that actually creates the radiation or whatever. I'm hoping this doesn't, because I've been holding it in my hand. And I hope it's not going to, you know, make me grow an eyeball on the ends of my fingertips. Although that would be pretty cool and floor play. But we're not here to talk about that. Get to see the inside, get to see what the cervix looks like. But now that I'm done talking like a filthy animal, it still looks cool. So I'm going to research what this is and make sure it's not dangerous to have. This might be the thing that people aren't allowed to throw the microwave for. You know, there's certain components inside that have to be disposed of properly. And I'm all about that. I don't mind that. So I'll figure out what this is, and if you know, if you're a inclined person when it comes to the microwaves, let me know. Is this dangerous? Can I use it? What is it? I don't want to hook power up to it, so maybe it's just a big fancy motor that gets everything going in the microwave. I don't know. I know these are magnets, but that's about it. So, and there's the rest of it. It's just a sheet metal, you know. I mean, inside the main box right there, There could be stuff inside between the sheet metal, but that's everything. And I threw the door in the regular garbage. And just for fun, here's my porch. It's starting to get a little... I'm actually going to start cleaning it up. I'm going to put this upstairs for now. I'm going to be getting rid of this. The helmet is just out here because I was just being a goof. I got to get rid of that. Here's the box of stuffs. This is the rest of the parts for this, with the exception of some pieces that are in here. That's my toolbox. I paint things here, and I really just don't care. I got this desk for $5, okay? And I got this across the street from a guy who put it on the curb. So I just paint here, and I think that's a rad look anyway. I was doing foam primer, which is this ugly sand color, and it stinks to high hell. And I'm going to be putting that up in the attic. I got to put that back in the attic. We just did a deep clean. And I got to take that trash down, and that's my haunted house place that I'm going to be working on. And my favorite scooter is over there. My ESPN X-Files, which I've been wanting to restore, but I just haven't had the gumption. More Greeblies. So there you go. There's everything that's inside of a microwave, at least my microwave. I don't remember what brand it was, nor do I give a shit. But some of these pieces are going to have good homes, hopefully in the very near future, that you and I will get to experience together, hopefully here. I do plan to get back into more builds on this channel. And trust me, when I say that, I mean it. I'm going to be focusing on mostly art, retro discussions, and of course gameplay here and there. I mean, you know my channel. I just randomly throw shit up here. But honestly, if you know anything about what this is, let me know if it's dangerous to hang on to or the proper way to get rid of it. Yeah, and that's it, guys. So let me know what you think. You tear apart stuff like this. I just think it's fun, regardless if I keep anything or not. Plus, it's going to help me get rid of it. That whole pile there will probably go away in the next couple hours. We have scrappers that drive up and down all the time. And these pieces will just go into a box until I go, oh, I have the perfect thing for that. And then I open it up and that capacitor goes, and I shed my immortal coil. Or I turn it into something that's really rad and you end up buying it from me. So guys, thank you always so much for watching. I hope you're doing well. Happy New Year, guys. Remember, if you're going to get all banged up, get someone to drive you around. Take an Uber, taxi, choo-choo train, whatever you got in your area. Walk, you lazy fat bastard. But whatever it is, I want to see you on the other side of the new year. So don't be stupid. Remember, accidents don't take holidays. So guys, thank you always so much for watching. Wherever the world you are, I hope you're doing well. Until next time, take care. Creep it real. And bye-bye. Oh, I lied to you. There was also this. It's a transformer. But I'm not keeping that.